Greetings everyone. We will try to do a video commentary on this game that was happening at Adepticon, and we have a Torgar immediately charging the neutral monster, which seems to be the demon, but it is represented by a proxy model. Let's see the dice, and I think on the right side we can see a Bruelin warband with Zonia, Lagdrag and Torgar. On the left side we have an Ista warband with Brock, Trommel and I think Istariel behind the effigy. Torgar attacks the neutral monster, pushes it away and then swings once more. And let's see if he can kill it. I think Enraged Assault is not activated, but it seems that it is activated now. Maybe. What's the damage? We have the 3 swords, the 6 damage. He kills the monster, gets the level, does the push, and he will buy himself some magic items, which he will probably place on his card. We can see his fate on the top right corner being added. Let's see. And Torgar is done. It's a pretty successful first turn. But now he is in range of Brock for a strike. Well, with a walk charge. We will see what happens. But it seems that it's only Trommel who is buying 2 magical artifacts and then walking to the soul pit for next turn. And then we will see what happens next. Torgar does not have an Enraged Assault, so he would be not super easy to damage and kill. After that we have some shuffling of magical items on the left side, trying to pick out the ideal one. Alright, who's gonna go next from the Bruelin team? It's gonna be Zonia, who just moves up, probably stays there, and her activation is done. She doesn't have any buffs, debuffs to place. She just places herself in a good position for a counter strike next turn. Brock positions himself in the middle and goes on to the shrine up top. And then we have some... Oh, Brock has Boots of Stability, I think. And now Lagdrag will charge Trommel. Let's see the dice. There are 3 swords picks, that would be 2 damage. And and Trommel is Lagdrag is also done. Let's see what will Istariel do and what is the plan on Ista's side. Some hexes are being counted, and then Istariel will just move, charge there, and it seems that is the end of the round. Maybe she didn't even charge. I'm not sure, maybe she didn't want to give him a power token. So a soul is being spawned there, and then the second soul will spawn on the top side. And the Bruelin player right has the first activation. Let's see what they will do. Seems that Torgal will go. Maybe. Maybe not. So they are still thinking about that possible first activation this turn. These two models on the right don't have a high soul harvest value, so they will definitely not be able to harvest that soul. It seems that Lugdrak started by hitting a model and then he pushed himself and then he hits once more. He has a J, a 6 and a sword, so he can push, and then he will push Istariel next to him, and then he will have one more hit, and that will do only a single damage point. Damage is being marked on the left with these little tokens. So we see Istariel has 3 damage on her and Trommel has 2 damage on him from last turn's charge. On the right side we see an alternate method of marking damage. All characters have 2d10s that are placed and they display the damage now. Seems that Istariel has hit Luckdrag and pushes him. A power token is probably, an energy token is probably generated on his card. And now Torgal will go in. I think that token is the Enraged Assault again, so he will have a million dice against Trommel. Let's see what he does. He will do 2 J's and a sword. That will be 6 damage down to 4 and 2 maneuvers. Maybe a throw, maybe 2 pushes. Yes, definitely 2 pushes there. Oh, and the wound counter is replaced with a 5 and a 1. So it's a lot of damage. Troma already suffered 10 damage. And now he is being pushed even further into this triangle. So it will be very hard for him to leave from there. And a third attack, that means that he caught his effigy power as Bruelin and he had a single action point charge. He could charge for 1 action point instead of 2, so that means that he is now done, but Tromo suffered a bunch of damage, so now I think Istariel will try to soul harvest. If I don't remember correctly, she has a 5, so she can grab the soul on a 7. It seems correct. She grabbed the soul, she can level up. Istariel has 2 level up choices to pick from, the Retribution and the Holy Path, and they have different skills. So that soul is already there, but it is not super safe because the offense on the Bruelin team is pretty high, and now I think Zonia is starting to hit Trommel, and for every crit a fury counter will be generated, and then those fury counters will be turned into true damage, but it seems that it's not even needed. Trommel dies from normal hits, Zonia levels up, and she still has 1 more action to go, or even pushes, and then 1 more action, so she is definitely now in a good position. What this Bruelin team lacks is a Soul Gazer, so they will not be able to pick up soul that easily. Let's see what happens with Zonia. What she will do with her third action. And I'm also unsure what kind of artifacts she has. If she has the second wind, the Bruellen specific artifact, which lets her take a free action if she does a kill. But she will, I think, advance there and then immediately gets charged by Brock. Brock can kill Zonia if the dice are right. So with 2 swings he can do a maximum of 5 plus 3 times 2, so 16 damage. Zonia's life is, I think, 16. There are some crits there. Damage is being marked. But Brock opted to go with the Savagery that improves his melee attack by 1 and gives him 1 res, but that it also costs him 1 action, so he did the Savagery, he charged in, did a hit, and then he will not be able to swing once more, well, only the backswing, which does at most 3 damage, and then let's see, he swings once more with the backswing. That's a crit, but he cannot choose the crit, he must choose the solid, which is 3 damage, so that will be not a kill yet. And now I think that will be the end of the round, and because the ISTA player has lost a hero before it activated, now the ISTA player will start the round, but there needs to be a monster to be spawned, and that one will attack Luckdrug, but Luckdrug does not care that much for monsters because he is agility 4, resilience 2, so he can tank a fair bit, but there are a lot of dice, so it's solid, and Luckdrug gets some minor damage, and he has his energy counters, so let's see what happens. The soul will spawn up top, and it will spawn on the bottom next turn. Let's and the monster is now engaging 2 of the Bruellen players' heroes, so that will be a bit annoying for him to deal with. Trommel has respawned, and now it's interesting because Trommel has a 2 action mace that he uses, so with the 2 actions available to him he cannot charge from that position, so it is a bit annoying for him until he gets back to speed. So let's see what will the ISTA player do. She needs to save Istaria from that position because she would definitely get murdered by those 2 heroes on the bottom. I'm not sure what is now being rolled. Well, it should be the Ista's player turn start, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe this was a rules error, and now Zonia is, or well, Zonia is now taking Brock away and putting him into the monster, and that does a lot of damage. So poor Brock will get murdered soon. Okay, One more hit from Zonia. It should be 5 dice. Oh, 6 dice because of luck drug. And that crits again. Will they try to do a Reaper's Call? How many damage on Brock? He has 12. He has too much. Okay, and Zonia is done. Let's see. Trauber is calculating something, but I'm not sure what he can do. The player thinks and tries to formulate a plan. The fate count is 2 against 2. That seems good. Let's see. Okay. I'm not sure what is happening. Maybe they realize that Brock is dead and Zonia gets a soul. I really don't know. I really don't know. Or no, actually, Zonia's soul just got marked. I remember now. It's that is Trommel's soul from last turn. So that is important that she does have a soul on her. And now the monster gets killed. And and I guess the monster was killed by Luckdrug, who also now gains a level and gains some extra fate. So now Isabel will charge Zonia and try to do some damage. What is the damage on Zonia? She seems to be on 2 HP, maybe. And now Sonia is pushed to Luckdrug, which is strange because she is probably Luckdrug's ward, which will make things more difficult. And now Torga will charge, probably charges Brock with enraged assault. Let's see the dice. Yes, this is with enraged assault. There is a crit. And does he take the throw? Seems that Brock has boots of stability, so that's definitely useful for these. For these maneuvers when they happen. Let's see. Brokers get thrown, Torgar follows up, or just pushed and pushed. And now he will swing once more. And he only has a solid for 4. Is it enough to kill Brock? Let's Seems like that. Does it? Yes. No. Nope. It seems not. Brock charges Zonia. And now he tries to kill her. He does the crit. Triple J. That's pretty good. That will be 5 damage. It seems that Lugdrag took it. Lugdrag gets a Fury counter and gets pushed. And then the backswing against Sonya again. How much? It's only a glance. That would be 2 damage. It still hurts. And Sonya is dead. And it should award a fate because she is the avatar and a soul. And a level for Brock. Brock's level 2 is Heroic Destiny, which gives him an ability when he gets killed. He immediately heals for 1 point. Now, this next turn starts, so the soul moves. Fate is being generated. If the player has 2 souls, the Bruelin player has 0 souls, but Brock is pretty low, and Isabel is full. Trommel is also full because it's Istas, so they respawn on full health. Let's see what happens. Isabel is in a very good position to harvest that soul. She should have an ability of 6 with Brock's help. So let's see. So it is Brock who will charge Torgar. Something is being marked, but I'm not sure what. I think that's Torgar attacking Brock, probably. Brock getting pushed. Or the push is being modified. Let's see what happens. Another attack. And then Brock is being pushed all the way to the soul pit. So maybe Lugdrak can hit him with the hammer. Let's see. What will the Ista player do? This position, Brock has seemingly infinite damage on him. I see 3 5s and 2 single point tokens. That should be almost dead. But now Torgar gets some damage done, I guess, by Brock. I think he hit and did an effigy recall and tries to be safe there at his effigy. That is for the right play because he is really nearly dead. So let's see if the Bruelin play can catch him. The problem is with Brock's Heroic Destiny, if Lugdrag can walk and then charge, he cannot kill Brock because he needs one more hit and he does not have it. It seems Lagrag will just move there or place there towards his ward. It seems that Torgar is his ward, and then he tries to charge against Isabel. Seems like it. That should be 4 dice if fate is not spent. Maybe it was spent. And now she gets pushed. Was this? Oh, it seems that there was only a push and then one more swing. Which has 2 sixes and a sword. So there was a lot of damage, but then he has the 2 pushes, and it is really a lot of back and forth, but he decides on that position there, probably to guard the soul against harvesting. Fate gets spent, but for what? And then Luckdrag has ended his activation in the middle, and now the Isto player needs to calculate correctly and somehow save his 2 souls. His will just leave and maybe bank the soul. She has parry because of the effigy power, so she's not getting any parting blows. Yeah, she walked there, banked the soul, and maybe even healed herself. And now Zonia will activate, but her chances of getting the soul are really, really bad. And Sonia just repositions there to the shrine to generate some fate next turn, and she is done. I think that leaves us with Tromo, who could maybe do some damage. He charges into Torgar with 3 actions, 7 into agility 1, it's a million dice. He gets the crit, that's going to be 7 damage. And a single push, that is actually not ideal, but I think the monster will not spawn next turn, and he did the hammer time ability for 1 fate, so Torgar is knocked down. He will have to waste an action or waste some fate next turn to stand up so he can act normally. Let's see. There are some cards being read. Maybe about hammer time and how it is not a combat maneuver. And I think the story is being reconstructed, but it should be good. 7 damage, a push, and then a fate for a D3 damage and knockdown. It seems Torgar is on 7 health, Luckdrag is on 8 health, and Zonia is at 12 health. It's actually not that bad to read those numbers there. So let's see what happens. Next turn starts, a soul will spawn downstairs. 2 souls are on the map. More will not be spawned. Now a monster will spawn. It will immediately bite Torgar. and he is left at 1, so he is in big trouble. He needs to get out of there, and let's see about fate. I really cannot see how much fate the right side player has, because those two fate tokens on the top right is probably not his fate. He should have rolled his D3 fate for Zonia, and maybe he has some more. Yeah, maybe that is his fate. Maybe he rolled a 1 just now, but he will spend a fate, or just rearrange them. I think he has 4. Let's see what he does. We have luck drug in the middle, and strategy is being thought about. I hope so. Sorry for the silence, but it's really unknown to me what is happening. Let's turn up the audio and see if there is a it's okay. I think that maybe there was a judge call, rules qualification. Um, okay, seems that luck drug is charging in and doing some hitting. That seems good. That should be 3 damage and a stun if he chooses to do that. No, it's gonna be only a push. Damage is being added to Isabel, and then one more hit against Isabel, and then she gets some more damage. Well, one more damage with one sword, and 2 pushes, and then Luck Drug pushes everyone to himself, but that is not really helping against Isabel because she is nimble, so she can just depart there and maybe go and grab the soul. Let's see. There is probably some healing being done on Isabel. The tokens are being shuffled around. Probably a heal. Okay. So Isabel managed to hit Luck Drug. Luck Drug gets his energy token. He gets pushed back. And Isabel indeed did get a stun. But now Zonia charges in and wants to finish off Isabel, but it's not going to be that easy. Her agility is pretty high, and let's see the damage roll. Sonia should be, I'm not sure what is being discussed, but she has +1 dice on level 2, and she does not roll the crits, so that should be a reroll because that was a very bad roll. That's probably rerolled. We have the crit there with 6/6 and a sword. that will do 4 damage to Isabel after res and apply 1 fury token. She can push once, then she goes there. No, does not go there because then Brock would take away one of her dice, and then she will probably swing once more. And that is again not a crit, only a solid. I think a fate is being spent. Now there is the crit. That's going to be another 4 damage to Isabel and a push. Let's see. She has 11 on herself, but Sonia doesn't have any more. Does she try for the fate ability? And she will do 4 more damage, and it seems that she did not kill. Or did she kill? Seems that she did. No. No, she did not. She just pushed Isabel away. But that is not a good situation to be in. Zonia also doesn't have much health. I think Zonia only has, yes, 12. That will not be ideal. Now Trauma will charge Luckdrag, who has 8 health, and he did get a crit, so he will get pushed. Trauma will also get pushed there, and then a D3, 3 more points for Hammer Time kills him exactly and gives 1 more soul, so it's 3 souls to Ista. It is pretty bad for the Bruelin player. His main beater is locked up with the monster, so that is definitely not good, but he will kill it, go there, but it is very hard to recover from this position. One needs 4 souls to win, and the Ista player is already on 3 souls, and with a 12 health Zonia, I think Brock can easily kill her. It does 5, and then yeah, and it is being reduced, and then the next attack will probably kill her and grab the 4th soul, which is needed to win, and that is the game. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being here for my first commentary.